Hey, welcome back to another riveting lawn tractor maintenance video. Today I'm going to be changing the Transaxle oil on this John Deere X540 lawn tractor. I'm going to be using the OEM John Deere owner's manual, following along step by step and showing you the process start to finish. This is the service interval recommendation on the hood, and we're looking at the Transaxle oil and filter for the 540. So yeah, it wants a break-in period of 50 hours and then every 200 hours after that. My lawn tractor has over 300 hours and I can almost guarantee that it's never been done past that initial service interval. So we are long overdue. So this is going to just be on the X540 because apparently it's different between the X500 series. Not sure what that difference is just yet, but they do have a different procedure outlined. So this being an X540, this is the procedure that we are going to be following. Park machine safely on the level surface. Same step for every maintenance project with these lawn tractors, and we've done it already. Step 2 is remove mower from machine. That's kind of aggressive right off the bat, but there it is. I've already done that. Check out a different video that isn't mine if you need to learn how to do that. The reason you have to do that is because you have to access that right there, which is impossible to do with the mower on the machine. So there's actually a note in the manual telling you that the transaxle is divided into two different cavities that actually have two separate drain plugs. So don't just pull the one and think that you're good. It's actually going to be two separate plugs labeled A and B there. And we are on to step 3, which is place drain pan under drain plugs and remove those plugs. I'm gonna kind of try to find these. This is the first drain plug here. And then the next one is actually, hang on, I'm coming, space is tight, right here. So there's your first one, I'm sorry, the second one. And then the first one again is back here. They are a 14 millimeter bolt. We're gonna pull them out and see what we get. There's the first one. That's actually not too terrible color-wise, but I think it's supposed to be more clear than anything, which it definitely is not. So here's the second one right here. Again, it's divided into two separate cavities, and there's actually quite a bit in this one too. Next up, we are removing the transaxle fill cap. It has another important note for you to don't spill a bunch of dirt into it, and it recommends cleaning before you remove it. Mine's actually not too terrible. So we're just gonna take that off. Yeah, I pre-loosened it, so what? Didn't want to look like an idiot. So that, and then foam comes out too. There's the dirt you're not supposed to spill inside it, I guess. So maybe I will clean mine up a little bit. We're on to step 6, which is replacing the transaxle hydraulic filter, and that is the difference between this X540 and like an X500. It looks like the filter doesn't actually exist on the X500, but on this machine or any other with like the hydraulic lift for the deck, there actually is an extra piece, which is this filter right here. So we have our part here. This was sourced from the local John Deere dealership, Minnesota Equipment. And the part is there at the bottom there at a cost of $38.59. So the way you remove this is just with a 3/8 inch ratchet. Maybe. There, it's starting to turn. Come on, little buddy. A little bit of residual fluid in there. And there is our old filter. Installing the new filter with the spring facing towards the axis cap. Oh, oh, oh. There it is. No torque value for this one. It's just a plastic cap though, so I think we'll just go for a nice snug fit. Next step is to replace your drain plugs. There is no torque spec for these either, so you gotta use your best judgment. You don't have to murder it. Tight is tight. There it is. Step number 8, add approximately 5.3 liters. I did buy the fluid at the John Deere dealership. This is what we're dealing with here. It takes quite a bit. Again, I didn't realize there was that much in there. But, geez, get out of here. Here's our cost here. We've got the gallon size for $18 here. And then I got a couple of the smaller quart size there for $9.22. So yeah, this is not a cheap thing, because again, our filter was $38.59. So almost 40 bucks for the filter, almost 30 bucks in fluid. So yeah, you don't want to do this more often than you have to. Now the hardest part about filling this thing is that the reservoir is located way under the seat. So I've got this super sweet setup that I think you're gonna appreciate. This is a flexible funnel with an iPod charging cord zip tied through the seat hole, docked into the port, and it actually has power going to it. This is gonna work awesome. And there we go. We are just sitting a hair above the full line, which is right where I want to be. Word of warning, the reservoir is pretty tiny and it does fill up pretty fast. And the difference between add and full, it goes pretty fast. So Watch out for that. I did have to pop open the drain plug and let a little bit out because it overfilled a little bit on me. I wasn't watching it close enough, but we have it exactly where we need it right now. So in the manual at this point, it recommends that you start the machine and run it forward and back several different times. You're trying to just kind of get an accurate fluid reading. I'm also kind of turning the steering. This is power steering on this mower, so we're kind of running that back and forth, just trying to distribute the fluid throughout the rack and again, just get a level reading. So we just got finished running the mower back and forth. We cranked the steering back and forth too to try to circulate all the fluid. We checked the level at the end of that, and sure enough, it's absolutely perfect. So this project is done, and the service interval isn't, we're not scheduled to do this again for another 200 hours. So due to the cost, I'm not bummed about that at all. We should be good to go for quite some time. Thanks for watching, and check out my next video.